So, good morning. This is the next day. Let's take a look and see how the bread looks, if the dough has risen. And I think you can see that it is substantially larger than it was yesterday, by about double the volume. So my plan now is to cut off half of that dough, or maybe a quarter of it, and put it in a pan with a Teflon bottom and bake it. There, I turned the dough out onto a lightly floured table now to divide it in half, or quarters. First half, and then quarters. So now I have 4 small pound-sized loaves, I think. So I rolled one of them, into kind of a ball, putting the closed stuff at the bottom. We'll see how it goes. Slice the top 3 times and put it in the frying pan and see if it bakes. Okay, as soon as the oven is preheated, I will put this in. So I put the other 3 aside for now. I'll cover them up with cloth. And I also noted that the recipe calls for a Dutch oven, and I happen to have a Dutch oven. Oh, and I took a shower and combed my hair. So I'm going to let that preheat to 500 degrees per the instructions, and then bake that that loaf of dough. Okay, that's the Dutch oven. It's been preheated to 500 degrees. I'm going to put the bread in, and it's sizzling. And it's covered for half an hour. Yes, that's a smoke alarm. What's your point? What is your point? Yes, I know. So when the smoke alarm goes off like that, I think you take it outside, or what do you do? What are you supposed to do? Except not make it smoke that much in the kitchen. So I've already received some feedback that the bread dough does not look moist enough to be the no-knead self-rising bread. I agree, but what am I going to do now except bake the bread? So I'm baking it. This is the part where I remove the lid and bake it 15 more minutes. Here's the Dutch oven. Here's the lid. Oh, it's looking really good. Look at that. It looks good, but I got to cook it for 15 more minutes. Okay, time's up. Let's take a look and see what we've got. I really don't know how this is going to turn out, but that's a loaf of bread that I baked myself. Well, the bottom is burnt, but that's not the point. The point is the top looks good. All right, let's cook another one. Oh, now we're looking. I'm cooking another one. Let's see how that turns out. So there it is. That is a loaf of bread that I cooked. I made it myself, and I'm pretty proud of it. Of course, the bottom is burnt, but that's not the point. This is going to be delicious. I'll let it cool off and I'll have a slice.